Hey there, signs of Scorpio. This is Kim doing your reading for the next 48 hour, and the pre-shuffle, hopefully that's a little bit better light, but the pre-shuffle was giving the Three of Wands in the reverse with the Emperor upright and the Two of Swords in the reverse. So my conclusion to that is that there's some kind of really unexpected decision that you're having to make. And I do feel like you are that Emperor energy. You're standing firm in your own authority. So, you know, and not backing down. So it might, even though something might be a surprise, and there may be a little bit of some kind of indecision, possibly, too, with that, since it's in the reverse. So, all right, we're undecided. Yeah. So this is the Oracle deck we're going to use today. It is the Moon Oracle, and then we're going to clarify what comes out with this Moon Oracle. I like this deck. I'll be consulting the guidebook. So let me flash it real quick. That is it. If you want to put it on pause, and then you can write all that down. The Moon Oracle, and yeah, it's a really good Oracle. I do consult the deck though, because even though it kind of goes in line with tarot, there's some areas where you just kind of need their input on it. So that's what we're doing, Scorpio. I've already opened up to your spirit team, your angels, and turned a little sage and Palo Santo. So we're all ready. And if you would like a private reading, you can reach me. My address is in the description box below. So let's get into this reading, Scorpio. Okay. It's almost like, what are you not going to sacrifice? What are you not willing to sacrifice? Reputation on the bottom in the reverse. Maybe, I don't know. What are we not willing to sacrifice? I will look that up. And the reason why I say not willing is because of how it came out. But these cards don't really necessarily read in the reverse as far as the guidebook goes. So sacrifice came out first, and I will kind of sum up what that is. The 18th mansion. Oh, ruled by Scorpio. This is your card. This is one of your cards. It's the heart of Scorpio. You know what? I think I'm going to tell you this. Okay, so traditionally it says this mansion was considered to cause discord. Conspiracy against princes and important figures, indicating revenge from enemies. The Chinese thought that this mansion signified that any enterprises undertaken at this time wouldn't receive the rewards expected. But it says this is about what will you sacrifice to have what you want emotionally. And I think this is like what you're not going to sacrifice. I really do, because I read in reversals, and that's what I think that has to do with. Hectate, like what you will and what you absolutely, like the Hangman, like what you will sacrifice, what you won't. Hectate. What's a hectate? Oh boy, this might take a minute. I'm sorry. Hectate. And then after that one, you have the Three of Buds, or waxing earth, moon. Okay, I got it. This is hectate here. It says is with Capricorn. It is representing the earth element to earth goddess. The key phrase is for you to live in the present moment. Hecate having the power to look in all directions, like at once. So she's able to see past, present, future, like for a very in the moment, living in the present, and still knowing all like without having to focus necessarily on it. Because of her love for remote and dark places, she was invoked as the distant one, protectress of travelers in unwelcome places. Oh, that's kind of... It demands that you put that your... Yeah, Hecate demands you put your priorities in order, is what it says. The past can be reviewed, relived, but then it's put away for a symbolic washing away of the influence, it says. Yeah. All right, so there's that one. And then we have the Three of Buds, Earth. Three of Buds, Earth. Ambition. There's a strong responsibility for some kind of project going on right now. It feels like it's a project and that there might be some kind of final like reveal soon. You're ambitious, though. You're ambitious, making sure everything is running smoothly. It says such analysis that you have is going to guarantee that something will go well on its big day. So this is saying that possibly whatever idea you're going to be presenting or pitching of your own, feeling like a very career oriented, like, so pitching that idea to somebody, and that is representing the kind of like the Ace of Swords. So this is maybe more about your truth, since it's something that you're so ambitious about. What will you sacrifice? Maybe there is some kind of risk with showing this idea. A risk. It's talking about people respecting your views. So this might be about somebody going with your idea because of a good reputation for whatever it is that you are making it like an educated guess on, or hypothesis or something like that. All right, so we're going to ask some questions then. What's the idea about? First, yeah, let's first start with this. What's the idea, the main idea about? I think that would be a good place to start. What's the idea? Eight of Cups in the reverse. So it is something from the past. So there is something from the past that you're pulling into your idea, or it was part of an idea incorporated in something from the past. It's almost like this idea is made to address an issue that has been tried to be looked at in the past. There is a letting go of some of the painful things that didn't work out, maybe revisiting an idea to see it minus the things that didn't work out, like, you know, to look back and see the things that did. Lots of like gray color. Why is it so, the color, it's so kind of like muted. Tell us more about this letting go of whatever this is with the Five of Cups. What the idea has to do with something from the past. Oh, wow. Nice. So whatever this idea is, it's to get you out of normally a material bind or financial bind. because it's the Five of Pentacles, and you know, it has to do with your pentacles. It can also be about letting go of the past, lack consciousness. So focus, to sum it really up very easily, it's just where your focus is. And if your focus is on things are getting better, things are not the past. There were some hard things in the past, but this is not the past. This is the present moment. And maybe just even having to remind yourself of that is kind of healing, or would be kind of healing for you. This is only temporary also is a big message for you. Like, sit on that message. Keep that message with you while you go through this too. Don't think about how temporary all the time, or else you're going to slip back into like worry mode. So I feel like that the releasing of lack consciousness of the emotions associated with these hard times, because of this new idea. Look, you have an idea and it feels like it's going to solve the Five of Pentacles. Ooh, 3, ambition. Gosh. Has to do with enlightenment, judgment. That, I love this judgment card, because I always look at enlightenment as like, okay, well, here's a path over here. It's lit up a little bit more. So you're more aware on this path. Certainly there will be judgment. There always is, right? In healthy ways, we judge if something's too hot or too cold. Right? So there can be good judgment, and there can be judgment, you know, over your situation. And then that might be bringing up some things from the past. So I don't think we want to bring too much of the past energy into this new ambition energy. I think just roll with what you're being aware of in the present moment. Sagittarius energy there. And you have 2 5s and an 8. There's for some there is an idea of a return, and like I say, I feel like the idea is a return to something. Here is the 2 of Swords underneath the ambition column. So Temperance in reverse with the 2 of Swords, and then it seems like that is the challenge, is either forgiveness or how to announce something, because it feels like what is going to be announced is that there's something with 2 people that doesn't feel like it's going to be healed, or doesn't feel like it wants to be healed at this time. And this is like that unavoidable decision where you've already decided pretty much which way, you know, you want to go. And the fact that something isn't tempered, there you go, hot and cold. The fact that our judgment feels like it was off on somebody. Okay, so what else can we get from this? Because I'm trying to open myself up for channeling your information too. 10 of Cups. Almost always we're reminded to put love first. Love first, like in everything you do. So there's that. There's the King of Wands. This is making it work. This is really knowing what to do, how to build something, and how to keep people motivated and yourself motivated, because this is a really good energy of like, I know I can do this. I've done this before, right? Or you've come out of a difficult time before in the past. So you know that this feat, or whatever this is, whatever you're building, you know it's doable. So maybe we're split on a decision. I'll try to see what that's about. It might be of what to build. 10 of Cups, placing love first and putting the emotional, like looking at your emotional happiness here. Because it feels like emotionally there may be something on the line for you with that Sacrifice card. Like, I've put in so much at this point. Alright. Past, present, future, hectate. And Capricorn, so we know it has to do with material. So a big decision. I feel like it's having to let go of something in order to pick up something different. The 10 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, hectate saying stop. You need to reorganize your priorities. Possibly because there's something here that is off balance. There's too much on you, and therefore you can get exhausted and burn out before you're ready, or before you should, you know. Again, another message to put your priorities in order, or reorder. Tell me more about that. Change. 2 of Pentacles. And the way that it's wanting to come out is like that. So there's definitely change, and if you're flexible, the change is okay, and I mean it will be just fine, no problems. You may be going back and forth on something. You have somebody entering your life. I'm surprised that we haven't even gotten one of those kind of cards, but it feels like there's going to be somebody here that comes into your life at this time in specific because of these 2s. Also, big decisions. What are you letting go of so that you can have some, and it might be like as an idea, letting go of this part of the idea so that it can be this way. You know what I mean? It might be something like that. Okay, careful with communication, making sure that you are communicating, that no one's being treated like as an outsider or something like that. Tell me more about 8 of Wands in reverse. Either you're waiting on some kind of news. Could be waiting on things to speed up, right? Yeah, well, there's the waiting. So that's clarifying it for us that you are definitely waiting on some good news. The Hanged One. Just kind of out there on the moon, waiting. waiting. And then, in which the Hanged One is sacrificing for others. And then here's the Star. So this is like whatever you've been dreaming for a very long time, manifesting, things coming true. The sacrifice, the time, the energy, all the emotion that goes into something. But it usually brings a really big result, and I feel like that's what's happening here. Tell me more about this decision. The 2 of Swords is kind of leaving me wondering. Use another deck. Okay. Yeah, it's just got me. So Aquarius energy, hopes, dreams, making things a reality. Okay, tell me a little bit more about this decision. Gather your information yourself. Careful with what you're doing, and be aware that somebody else might be watching because of this. Page of Swords, it's very, like, you know, you could almost assume that something like that at some time is happening. So Page of Swords, gathering your knowledge yourself, getting all the information that you need. It might be about a decision to have a tough conversation, or to deliver some, it doesn't have to be tough conversation, but just kind of like direct and to the point. And maybe that's this. I keep getting a presentation, and maybe that's the presentation. So how do we get a balance here with temperance, or do we get a balance? You know, you also have 10-10, divine timing and patience. How do we get a balance? Well, there's the same energy. So healing, we have 4 swords, taking a time out to contemplate and to reorganize thoughts. Somebody's not being very logical with the Queen of Swords in the reverse. The thinking is coming from like a passive aggressive, sarcastic side that's not really focused on not really focused at all, not really well decided. So can you temper this energy? I don't know. It might be a Libra or Sagittarius that you just can't get along with at the moment. And that would say, no, it's probably not going to get along with. I don't know. There's something about making a decision on that energy. Making a decision about indecision. Or why somebody's not focused. Or why somebody's kind of rude to you. You know what I mean? Just something like that. Maybe they can see your 10 of Cups as much closer than you see it. And sometimes, I mean, that's what can happen. All right, tell me about the waiting period. What else about waiting with the Hanged One? Oh, they're saying sacrificing. The waiting period. For you to gather, so it's for you to get more confidence or to gather up your strength. It's all for you. The whole waiting period's for you. Any adjustments you need to make. And then there's the 4 of Swords in reverse. So there's definitely that. Like I said, a healing going on. But right now, somebody needs to take a time out before they burn out. A time out before burnout. Regarding work, things look to be going good. 8 of Pentacles. Look, I think this looks excellent. This reading's excellent. I'm going to keep it there, and we're going to pull some tea leaves. And then I wish you a nice few days. Please hit like and subscribe if you ended up resonating with the reading or liked it somewhat. Unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. There's a good respect, and Beau, you are highly thought of. So, and then Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. And forgiveness. Dagger, fears, worries, tense situations. And then I have Hat. You will be playing a different role. You will be playing a different role. It means. Alright, so that's what I got for you, Scorpio. Sending you light and love. Thanks for joining me. Bye.